Okay, David, thank you for showing me this beautiful plate. It's by Samuel Bevington and it's dated 1888. It's got beautiful hand-painted centre, and the thing I'm impressed with is that everything here was done by hand. So if you look around, I can see minor distances between these, so that shows that all this was drawn out first on a plain plate, and then I'm so impressed with how they can apply the gold. These days with litho and transfers, they just stick on everything is perfect, but they used to do these every little bit, just going round there, every little one of these is traced round with a gold brush called a tracer. Beautifully done there. And also he's done what I do, it's the raised white enamel, and it's coloured blue there. The raised enamel can be coloured any colours.
So that's a bluey colour rather than a greeny colour, you'd say?
I'd say that's a bluey one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very similar to the plate here, which I've done. That sort of a bluey.
Right,
they're the same there. And now he's got the colours, everything balances beautiful on that. The gilding is excellent. And in 1888 they didn't have like electric lights, what I've got. It was either candles or oil lamps they worked by, so beautiful work by a brilliant artist there.
And what do you think that blackish colour is?
It looks to me like a burnished platinum, which comes out when it's fired, like a pewter colour. I don't see that very often. I haven't seen that in all my years in the pottery industry. I haven't seen anything like that.
Probably find it's toxic or something, which is one reason.
Maybe so.
Not,
then yes.
Not done today. And you think it might be on a porcelain plate? I think.
Yes, this is a porcelain plate.
Because he would have done this in Philadelphia in the US.
Yes.
And what are the clues that tell you that it's porcelain?
Well, the porcelain, I usually look at some of these where you raise the flat part. The gilding is okay, but these are all raised up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll see like there.
Yeah.
They're missing.
Okay.
And that's how I tell with a porcelain plate, because when you raise things on a porcelain plate, unless you're using a special porcelain mix, they tend to pop off.
And the painting or the drawing, he would have...
everything else would fire beautiful, like on a bone china plate.
Yeah.
It's when you start raising, like I do the raise, like on this one here.
Yeah.
If I did this in porcelain, I'd lose probably a lot of these spots would jump off.
Okay, I think that may be more evident with the second plate.
This is a short summary of some of David's points. Who knew, for example, about gilding with platinum?
Right, thank you for this one, David. Another beautiful one. I mean, the amount of detail that's been put into this plate is amazing. And we were talking about the porcelain plate with anything raised. Well, all these pieces are raised. The yellows and the enamel colours, they call it jeweling. But I can see where some, like that one there, has jumped up. Oh, there's another one there. That has come off, and that's because that's how I tell it. It's a porcelain rather than bone china plate. But I mean, the detail of that painting is absolutely beautiful.
And
This gold here,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm looking there to see if there's a design, because there's a process called chasing,
Okay.
where gold would be applied and it would be fired and it would come out slightly matte, and then a design would be drawn on here, and then with an agate, like a pen shaped agate, you could cut in to the gold, and then that gold would really shine. So you'd have a nice shiny design there. It's a bit too old to see. There is something on there, but I think over the years it's probably just worn.
Yeah.
But that is another process they did use. And then we've got this colour again, this it's like a metallic-y black,
Yeah.
but it looks like a burnished platinum design. But even the shading there, this is another way you can see that it's all hand done, because he's tried to get it the same, but obviously it is slightly different on each one, like there's some missing there and there. So you can tell that each one has been individually done. It's quite near, but it shows it's beautifully hand painted.
Do you want to just turn it over so we can just see the signature and date on the back?
There you've got
Samuel
1883, yes.
1883.
Yes.
On a porcelain, again, porcelain
Yes.
plate.
I don't know what the marks are here, whether he's tried to hide a mark or anything like
No,
that.
I haven't really noticed those
Yes,
before,
yeah.
to be honest. So
But we've got a hole here for hanging the plate.
Okay.
So that'd be for
Again, I
putting like a hoop and hanging
yeah,
it
I
on
haven't
the
noticed that
wall
before.
for display.
Has it had a lot of wear, can you tell? I mean, obviously the base here is
No, that could, because that wasn't glazed, that would be fired
okay.
on a bat, so it wouldn't stick to the bat.
And the ring there, that's
Yeah,
just where it's
yes.
raised, is that
Yes,
right?
that's just the make of the plate, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. But the work is really nice.
We have learnt about the technique called gilding and the chasing of gilded gold.
Here is another beautiful plate, again by Samuel Bevington, and this one is 1891. Lovely hand-painted panel there. And again, they've used this lovely pewtery platinum design there.
That's the same. I mean, it's slightly lighter than the blacky colour on the other ones, but you think it's the same?
I think it's the same, but
Yeah.
it's a bit more silver
Yeah.
than the other one. But again, we were talking about the gold and the chasing on the other plates.
Yeah.
This looks as if it could well be chased. If I tilt it, you can see in a certain light, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but
Yeah, no, I can
you can see
shimmering,
you can see the difference, the shiny,
Yeah.
because this was probably chased in. That would be drawn on, and then the gold band would be fired, left unburnished, and then this would be drawn on and then chased out.
And that would have been by hand? Or?
If it's done by hand, you'd have a
Yeah.
piece of cloth
Yeah.
to rest your hand on
Yeah.
the cloth, and then you didn't get anything on what you'd done, and then you couldn't afford to make a mistake
No.
when you were doing this. Everything was the same.
And I'm just noticing there is a sort of mark around there, a brownish mark.
Yeah, that's probably just, I should say that's age.
Yeah.
It's gradually come out in age. I can't see anything what that'd be.
No.
It could possibly be that came out on the final fire, and this would be a seconds plate then.
Okay.
Because this happened quite a lot.
Yeah.
you did a plate, you fired it, and then because it's like a painting like this would take maybe 2-3 fires, then at any time something could come and appear. So that could be, it could have been age, or it could have happened at the time, and then they say, oh, well, this one's a seconds plate. But
Yeah.
everything was done so they wouldn't, it wouldn't be destroyed.
So how long would it have taken to make that plate? Would that be like 2 or 3 days, or a week, or from start to finish? I mean, I appreciate it's probably...
Yeah, I'm just thinking how long it'd take me if I was to and it's hard to say how fast they were. I imagine they were quite fast. I mean, these could probably be done in maybe half a day.
Right.
With an experienced person. The painting obviously has to have 2 to 3 fires.
Okay.
So, but I imagine if they're doing it all the time, they'd be quite quick at doing it. Something small and that. So they would be very speedy at doing them.
I mean, what would be really interesting for our viewers is, this is a hand painted in the middle there. What are the main difference between how you would tell that it's hand painted compared to printed, for example?
Printed, sometimes you can look and it's like little tiny dots. If you go really into it, you can see that it's not paint, it's like dots. Where
you can see the brush strokes. Can you on there? Can you see?
No, I can't see any brush strokes.
No.
But I mean, looking at the boat there, you could tell.
Yeah.
That's lovely work there. And then the skies, when you paint the skies, you've got colour going up.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
We have learnt about multiple firings and how to recognise printed designs.
Like the kingfisher I've done here, you can tell that's not a print.
Yeah.
Because you can tell by the paint strokes. So you can see more paint strokes on that one.
Yeah. Oh, well, the reason I'm talking to you is that you're the expert here, and I'm just going to give a plug for all this amazing gilded work that you have.
Thank you.
On your stand at the Spode Museum, and you are here most Fridays for people to come and meet and admire and ask questions. So
yeah, this is gold on here. This is liquid. Okay. It's 22 karat gold, liquid gold. It starts off with the plate like this, and this is yellow powder which is mixed and it's put on, and it stands really proud. And when that's fired, it's very hard. This, I've just started putting the gold on there. You can just see where the gold's gone, and all of this will be covered in gold, and then it's fired and it'll come out like that with the gold.
And
so
do you have like a kiln, electric kiln at home? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Thanks to our expert gilder, David Bailey. Please visit him on most Fridays at the Spode Museum. If you enjoyed this clip, please click the like button and do subscribe if you wish to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.